Dear ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in life when comfort becomes the enemy of calling. A moment when you realize that what you're doing is not enough, not because it's insignificant, but because it's not aligned. You were not created just to survive. You were called to live, and not just live, but live with purpose. Purpose doesn't knock politely. It stirs violently. It wakes you up at midnight with thoughts that won't leave you alone. It shows up in your daydreams. It burns in your belly while you're stuck in places you know you've outgrown. That discomfort, that's not a problem. That's proof that you were made for more. So many of us are chasing applause, promotions, approval. Things that feel urgent but aren't eternal. But purpose is what remains when the applause fades. Purpose is what sustains you when no one else sees your sacrifice. Purpose is what pulls you out of bed when pain is screaming louder than hope. Chasing your purpose means embracing discipline over distraction. It means walking in faith when you can't see the full path. It means trusting that what's ahead of you is greater than what's behind you, even when the doors don't open the way you expected. And let me tell you something, purpose doesn't mean ease. It doesn't mean quick wins or smooth roads. It means meaning in the middle of the mess. It means you may have to walk away from good to make room for God's best. Every detour, every heartbreak, every closed door has prepared you for this. You are not late. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are being aligned, refined, commissioned. So don't stop now. Don't shrink back. Your life is too valuable to waste it chasing what fades. Chase your purpose and you'll find your peace. 10 key points of the speech. Comfort is the enemy of calling. Staying safe and familiar can hinder us from stepping into divine purpose. Purpose reveals itself through restlessness. That feeling of dissatisfaction isn't failure. It's direction. Approval and applause are temporary. Purpose is eternal. Stop chasing likes and start chasing legacy. Purpose demands discipline. You won't drift into your destiny. You must decide for it daily. Faith is the fuel for the purpose. Chaser, you may not see it yet, but you walk because you believe. Obstacles are part of the process. Struggles aren't signs to stop. They're steps to strengthen you. Saying yes to purpose may mean saying no to good things. Not every opportunity aligns with your calling. Your past didn't disqualify you. It prepared you. Even what broke you, built you. You are not behind. You are being aligned. Divine timing is never late. Peace follows purpose. When you walk in purpose, you walk in power, even in the storm. Let me know if you want each key point expanded into long form or adapted for social media posts, YouTube scripts, or voiceover reels. Certainly. Here's a *** long form expansion *** key point 1. Comfort is the enemy of calling ***, written in the *** motivational, faith-driven style inspired by Stephen Furtick ***, without subtitle or conclusion. Dear friends, one of the greatest dangers to your destiny is not failure, it's comfort. Because comfort is deceptive, it feels safe, it looks like rest. It convinces you that stillness is peace when sometimes it's actually paralysis. Comfort is the place where dreams go to die, not with a scream, but with a whisper that says, "This is good enough." But good enough was never your assignment. You were not made to fit in a space you've outgrown. You were made to expand. Comfort tells you, don't speak up, it might cause tension. Comfort tells you, you've got a decent job, don't risk it chasing that calling. Comfort tells you, stay in the familiar, even if it's killing your soul. And every time you listen to that voice, every time you choose safety over sacrifice, you're delaying the purpose planted inside you by the Creator. There's something in you that was never meant to be average, and yet comfort keeps convincing you that average is acceptable. The truth is, the calling on your life will always cost your comfort. That's the price of purpose. Every person who ever stepped into something greater had to walk away from something easier. Abraham had to leave everything he knew to follow a voice he couldn't explain. Moses had to leave the palace to find his real mission in the wilderness. David had to leave the field and face a giant. And every time they moved away from comfort, they stepped into calling. Sometimes your next level won't look like an opportunity. It will look like a disruption. It will look like discomfort, challenge, stretching, but that's how growth feels. That's how obedience feels. It's not always glamorous. It's often quiet, painful, and lonely. But don't mistake the discomfort of growth for the danger of misdirection. You're not in the wrong place, you're in the right stretch. So if you're feeling uneasy in the place you once enjoyed, if what used to satisfy you now leaves you restless, that's not confusion, that's a calling. That's the divine whisper saying, there's more. Don't ignore that holy discomfort, because while comfort may protect your pride, it will never fulfill your purpose. And if you're too comfortable, you might miss the very thing you were created for. Let me know when you're ready to expand. Key point 2. Absolutely. Here's the *** expanded version of key point 2. Purpose reveals itself through restlessness, ***, written in a deep and passionate tone, modeled in the motivational style inspired by Stephen Furtick with no subtitle and no conclusion, as requested. There's a stirring that happens inside you. Spirit when you're not where you're supposed to be. It's a holy kind of restlessness, the type that doesn't let you settle. It interrupts your comfort and agitates your peace, not to punish you, but to *** position ** you. When purpose starts to awaken in your heart, it doesn't show up with full instructions or neon lights. It often arrives as unease, dissatisfaction, or a quiet sense that something more is calling you. That's why some people can have everything the world says you should want: the job, the house, the reputation, and still feel empty. They wonder why success still leaves them hungry. It's not because they're ungrateful, it's because they're unaligned. The restlessness isn't a sign that you're broken, it's evidence that you've been built for something beyond where you are right now. Purpose has a way of poking you, gently at first. It's the voice you try to drown out with busy schedules, distractions, or routines. It's the question that keeps coming back no matter how many times you try to bury it. It's the moment you finish doing what you've always done and still feel unfulfilled. You see, that's not random, that's not dysfunction. That's divine direction. God rarely reveals your full purpose in one single moment. Instead, He often nudges you through tension. That tension tells you something has shifted. You feel like you're outgrowing your surroundings, like your talents have more to give, like your heart is whispering, this isn't it. Keep going. The mistake many people make is thinking they're failing when they feel restless. But the truth is, they're finally waking up. Restlessness is the language of transition. It's how purpose speaks when it's ready to move you. That gnawing feeling, that tightness in your chest. That's not something to suppress, it's something to ** study ***. You were never meant to stay still in a season you've outgrown. You were never meant to silence the voice that keeps asking, what if there's more? You can feel it when your soul is misaligned. You can tell when you've stopped growing. But that discomfort is sacred, it's holy ground, because it's in those moments of restlessness that God reveals new direction. It's when you stop being okay with average that you start moving toward anointed. Don't ignore the unrest. Don't numb it or explain it away. That's where purpose lives, not in the stillness of routine, but in the wrestle of becoming. That restlessness may not make sense to others, but it's not their assignment. It's yours. Let me know if you're ready for ** key point 3 ***, or want me to prepare these for use in ** video scripts, YouTube sermons, or motivational reels. ** certainly. Here's the ** long form expansion of key point 3. Approval and applause are temporary. Purpose is eternal. ** written in a deep, passionate, and conviction-filled tone inspired by Stephen Furtick's delivery style without subtitle or conclusion. You can spend your whole life chasing people's approval and still end up feeling empty. You can live for their applause and it'll sound sweet for a moment, But once it fades, so does your confidence, because applause is temporary, it's fleeting. It depends on your performance, your results, your ability to keep people happy, and let me tell you, asterisk, that is a miserable way to live. Asterisk, when you start building your identity around other people's opinions, you create a prison without bars. You begin to measure your worth based on how loud the crowd claps, how many people validate your decisions, or how many likes and compliments you can gather. But when the applause stops, and it always stops, so does your sense of self-worth, because you've tied it to something external, something unstable. But purpose is eternal. Purpose doesn't depend on your popularity. Purpose doesn't get louder when people praise you and quieter when they ignore you. It's not moved by noise or silence. Purpose lives in the secret place. It's rooted in identity, not impression. It's tied to what God spoke over your life before you ever performed a thing for public display. And let me tell you, you can't live on applause when your soul was built for purpose. Applause will feed your ego but starve your spirit. Purpose, though, it feeds something deeper. It nourishes your soul in the quiet places when nobody's watching, when no one's posting, when there's no crowd to cheer you on. That's where the real work happens. That's where champions are made. We live in a culture that's obsessed with performance, with being seen, with being praised. But you've got to decide whether you want to be asterisk noticed by people or known by God asterisk. Because there will be times when your purpose will pull you into obscurity, when it asks you to serve behind the scenes, when it tells you to say no to the spotlight so you can say yes to your soul, and that's where the real transformation takes place. Some of the most powerful moves of God begin in seasons where no one is clapping for you, no one is calling your name. And yet you show up anyway, you stay faithful, you dig deeper, you obey even in the absence of affirmation. That's not weakness, that's maturity, that's purpose taking root, because applause is about recognition. But purpose is about mission. Applause makes it about asterisk you asterisk. Purpose makes it about asterisk impact asterisk. Applause fades when the moment passes. Purpose grows even in silence. So don't spend your life chasing temporary praise when you were created for eternal purpose. Don't live for their well done, if it costs you his well done. There is a calling on your life that won't always make sense to the crowd, and that's okay, because applause may build platforms, but purpose builds asterisk legacies asterisk. Let me know when you'd like asterisk asterisk key point 4 asterisk asterisk expanded in the same style. Absolutely. Here's the asterisk asterisk long form expansion of key point 4. Purpose demands discipline asterisk asterisk, written in the passionate, soul-stirring style inspired by Furtick without subtitle or conclusion, as you requested. There's a myth that if something is truly your purpose, it will be easy. That everything will just fall into place, doors will fling wide open, and the path will be smooth. But purpose doesn't work like that. Purpose doesn't wait on perfect conditions. It calls you to asterisk build asterisk, even when you don't feel like it. It doesn't ask for feelings. It demands asterisk asterisk discipline asterisk asterisk. Purpose isn't powered by hype, it's sustained by habits. The emotional high you get from a new vision is a spark, but discipline is what keeps the fire burning when motivation runs dry. Because there asterisk will asterisk be days when you don't feel inspired. There will be mornings when doubt is louder than destiny. There will be seasons when progress feels invisible, and that's when discipline steps in. Discipline says, I show up no matter what. Discipline says, I'm not led by mood, I'm led by mission. When you're living in your purpose, you can't afford to be casual. You can't afford to treat it like a hobby. Purpose is sacred. It's your assignment, and it requires you to sacrifice comfort, convenience, and sometimes even company. Discipline asks you to keep working even when no one is watching, to study when others are sleeping, to prepare in silence, to practice in obscurity, because your purpose deserves excellence, not just excitement. Too many people abort their assignment because they were looking for a shortcut. But purpose doesn't respond to shortcuts. It responds to consistency. It honors those who keep showing up, who stay faithful to the work, who treat their calling like a covenant and not a convenience. It's not about being perfect. It's about being planted about choosing growth even when it's slow. And here's the truth. Discipline doesn't feel glamorous. It feels like repetition, like doing it again when you're tired, like saying no to good things so you can say yes to the best thing, like keeping your eyes on the goal when distractions surround you. It feels like waking up and choosing purpose when every part of your flesh wants to settle for mediocrity. There is a war between your comfort and your calling, and discipline is the weapon that wins it. Discipline puts your emotions in their place and reminds your soul what it's fighting for. It's the quiet grind that produces loud victories. It's the root system that allows your calling to bear fruit, not just for a moment, but for a lifetime. So, if you feel like quitting, remind yourself why you started. Go back to the original vision, the calling that made you cry, the dream that made you tremble, and then choose discipline. Choose to show up. Choose to work. Choose to give your purpose the respect it deserves. Let me know when you're ready for key point 5 **, or if you'd like all key points formatted into a script or video outline, certainly. Here is the *** long form expansion of key point 5. The loudest victories are born in the quietest moments. Written in a bold, spiritually grounded, emotionally stirring tone inspired by Furtick's preaching style without subtitle or conclusion. The world loves to celebrate the big moments, the victory speeches, the trophies, the spotlight, the headlines, the standing ovations. But what nobody talks about is where those victories were truly born, not under the lights but in the shadows. Not in front of a crowd but in solitude, not in celebration but in preparation. The loudest victories in your life will not be born in public. They will be forged in private **. We want the result, but God works in the process **. And that process happens in places nobody else can see. It's in the early mornings when no one's watching and you get up anyway. It's in the quiet commitment when you choose character over comfort. It's in the secret prayers, the unseen tears, the lonely choices that nobody claps for. That's where the victory begins. That's where God molds champions. Because before David ever took down Goliath in front of Israel, he killed lions and bears when no one was looking. Before Joseph ruled over Egypt, he was faithful in a prison cell, abandoned and forgotten. Before Jesus stepped into ministry, he spent 40 days in the wilderness, hungry, tempted, alone. Heaven's biggest moves are often hidden from human eyes, and the most powerful breakthroughs begin in the stillness of surrender. You see, we often confuse silence with stagnation, but silence isn't a sign that nothing's happening. It's often the space God uses to shape you. In the quiet, your character is built. In the quiet, your obedience is tested. In the quiet, your motives are purified. It's not glamorous, but it's glorious, because when God gets you alone, he's not punishing you. He's preparing you, and that's why you can't despise the quiet moments. Don't rush them, don't wish them away, that quiet studio where no one listens yet, that blank page where no one reads yet, that tiny audience, that limited reach, that unnoticed discipline, that is holy ground. That's where identity is formed, where foundations are laid. If you skip the quiet, you'll never be able to carry the weight of the public. Some of the most powerful people aren't the loudest in the room. They're the ones who've been through fire in silence and never stopped showing up. They're the ones who kept building when no one clapped, who kept believing when nothing moved, who kept walking when nothing made sense. Because they understood, real success doesn't scream at speaks with consistency, faithfulness, and integrity. So if you're in a season where it feels like no one sees you, no one hears you, no one values what you're building, stay faithful. Stay planted. Stay hidden if that's where God has you, because the fruit will eventually speak for itself. And when the moment comes, when the platform rises, when the door opens, People will call it sudden, but you'll know it was sown in silence ***. Ready for key point 6? Or would you like this formatted as a full sermon script or video voiceover content?